10 foot from tip to tip. If there's a condor in the middle of this bus right now, and it stuck both its wings out, both wings would be outside the bus at the same time. Amazing. I'm a big Lion King fan myself, personally, so we're going to see another animal from the Lion King. I'll give you a hint of who we're seeing, Hakuna Matata. You don't know what that means? Well, it means no worries. Now we're going to see my man Timon on the right-hand side. I actually don't know if we have any meerkats named Timon. I know one of them's named Adele, though. That's pretty cool. Let's find some meerkats. There's one sitting on the rock. We have a whole mob of meerkats. We can say hello to my little friends. I guess it's the wrong Scar movie, but you get the point. There we go. That's a meerkat with a K, just like Kevin with a K. That's because meerkats aren't actually cats. They are mongooses. Monkeys? No, mongooses. Definitely mongooses. Yeah. And they love to eat insects and other arthropods like scorpions. Moms will even sign off the tails of scorpions and feed them to their young like a crunchy potato chip. Delicious, nutritious. Stevie Wonder might even call it superstitious. Now, what I think is pretty cool is the Disney company came to the San Diego Zoo back in the early 90s and watched the meerkats here at the San Diego Zoo. They studied how they moved, how they stood, how their tails wiggled. And so Timon from the Lion King is actually based off the meerkats here at the San Diego Zoo. I'll pass by a couple more African animals on this direction, about 2/3 of the way done with the tour. A couple more jokes left in me. Those are trumpeter hornbills right there. Speaking of a Zazu, the bird that helps out Simba, and a special treat for this time of the day, the cliff springers out. That small antelope right in between the rocks. They can jump to about 10 times their own height. Now that's straight up and down, not back and forth, otherwise it wouldn't be in there. They are expert rock climbers. They can land all 4 of their little hooves in an area that's about 2 square inches, just about the size of a quarter. Now that's a full-grown cliff springer. That's not a baby. That's as big as they get. Small animal live in the African kopjes. That's a Dutch word for basically rocks at the edge of the savannah, like Pride Rock. All right, let's continue. No more squeaks, at least for now. As we come up this way, this is the Ethiopian Highlands. A little fun fact about Ethiopia. Their main export is coffee. Any coffee drinkers in the house? I see you, my little house blends. I love you a latte. I know some of us have been getting pretty crazy with the PSLs, that's pumpkin spice lattes. I'm looking at you, Victoria. Now here at the San Diego Zoo, we just like to talk about shade-grown coffee. Simply coffee grown in the shade. Now, that helps out animals all over the world, from Ethiopia to Java, Indonesia. I personally buy my shade-grown coffee at Trader Joe's, same price as regular coffee. You can also get your coffee online, and sometimes we have it here at the San Diego Zoo gift shop. Now, if you go into the gift shop, though, there's one gift you can't miss out on. Wonderful notebooks made out of recycled material. They're actually made out of recycled elephant dung. We call it poo-poo paper. All right. I'm not going to say it's the best gift out there, but it's certainly number 2. Doesn't smell funny, no. And it's true, we don't ever grow up. Alright, now we'll be taking a left here. And on our right-hand side, that's the urban jungle. The little cul-de-sac we encourage you to explore later. That's where the cheetahs, the giraffes, the rhino are all located at, pretty close to the unloading dock. You can check that out later. We even have a kangaroo bus stop there, so I'll take you to the other side of the zoo. But we're going to go down map marker number 8, Center Street, right here. And we're going to see some unbearably cute critters. Now we're passing by my second favorite garden here at the San Diego Zoo. That is the Hawaiian and Australian native plant garden. You can see that beautiful hibiscus and plumeria growing on the left-hand side. I did say second favorite garden. My first favorite garden we just passed. That's the beer garden. Of course. Now on the right-hand side, we're coming up to our first bear. Her name's Alba. She is an Andean bear. My man telling me she is out right now. Looks like Alba on the ground. Kind of front left-hand side of the habitat. Looks like she's on the move. We'll pause here for a second, see if we get a better view of her if she comes out toward us. Now, Andean bears native to the Andes Mountains in South America in Peru and Bolivia. And that is where the Paddington Bear is from. So if you are a fan of Andean bears, well then that would have been Paddington as well, or vice versa. There it is, climbing up for us right now. What a show. That's pretty cool. She's showing off how arboreal she is. That means that she likes to climb. And look at that, no problem climbing those trees. Now that pattern on their face is why they're sometimes referred to as spectacled bears, because it looks like they're wearing spectacles or glasses. Quite cute, and that's how they can tell each other apart. It's almost like a fingerprint. Look at that. Adorable. Now these smaller bears, that's a full-grown female. These smaller bears like to eat fruits and veggies, and the meat that they eat pretty small, eggs, lizards, lots of insects. Nothing bigger than a sheep. That'd be about full-grown right there. We're actually working in our Amazonia Conservation Hub in South America, and actually working with ranchers to build predator-proof fencing so that these bears, or jaguars or mountain lions, aren't hunting the ranchers' livestock. And inversely, those ranchers aren't hunting these bears or jaguars or mountain lions in retaliation. We've actually had a really great success with it. Their numbers are going up. And that's kind of the best sort of conservation projects, the ones where the humans and the animals are both going to prosper. We'll say goodbye to Alba. We might even see her friend Turbo at the bottom of the hill. We'll keep an eye out. As we're cutting down this way, just keep an eye for other animals as we skedaddle. If you see anything, let me know. But there's a little crowd in front of our grizzly bears over here. So Scout and Montana, I think they're going to be out. Let's sneak on down the hill a little bit more and see if we can find them in a better view. Alright, Scout and Montana. There's one in the very middle, hanging out kind of behind that waterfall. Alright, I think we landed undetected there. So, these bears are pretty wonderful. Scout and Montana rescued from just outside of Yellowstone back in 2007. Here we go. There you go. It's coming out. Yeah, just out of 2007. So these bears were eating from picnic baskets and from trash cans as cubs. And of course, ham sandwiches, Hostess donuts, not a healthy, sustainable food for bears. So we relocated them. They kept finding trash cans. We kept relocating them, kept finding picnic baskets. Eventually, we had to bring them in, and they became animal ambassadors. They didn't know how to hunt on their own, and they were too old at that point. So now their job is to teach people things about bears. Like you might not know, bears have a wonderful sense of smell, better than dogs. They've been known to rip open car doors just to get some chapstick inside. Cherry, of course, of course. Looks like a little Bears Beats Battlestar Galactica. There's one sleeping on the left-hand side. Hard for me to tell which one's which. Unless you get a real good look at their nose, they look pretty similar. Oh, look at that. Two brother bears. Adorable. Now, if you're ever in the wild, you can take pictures of animals. Just don't get too close. It happens every year. Animals and people too close together. And normally that's how bites, scratches, or horns start coming out on those people. So if you're ever near animals, take pictures from a nice, safe distance. I know Yellowstone had their first bison mooring recently, so keep your eyes out. Animals move a lot faster than you expect. These bears about 30 miles an hour. They're like furry tractors for all those ancient animals. Adorable. Alright, we have to keep going. Pretty cute. Come check them out after the tour. We're almost done. So cute. Alright. Let's see what else we can find. Down Center Street. Looks like Kartik and a Turbo are... Oh, there's Turbo in the hammock. He is the male Andean bear right there. So just like Alba we talked about earlier, she was one climbing. He's just, he's just taking a bit of a nap at the moment. Can't quite blame him. Nice breeze in the shade in the hammock. I would probably be doing the same. Nice mango margarita, exactly. Alright, map marker 11, here we go. On the left-hand side, orangutans, toucans. Right-hand side, the Sunbear Trail. With all the ferns and the palms and the pines, this part always reminds me of Jurassic Park. And if you look on your left, a brontosaurus. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. I'm just kidding, there's no dinosaurs here. That's Jurassic Park 2 when it comes to San Diego. But we do have a lot of birds from Southeast Asia and Australia on the left-hand side. Our Owens Aviary, that's a triple-decker aviary. You can go in at 3 different areas and check out those birds in the shade. Over 200 plus birds that live in there. And as long as there's no birds right above you, it's a nice safe spot to relax and hang out. We feed them well, I'm sure you understand. Now we're right by that marker 13. On the left-hand side is how you get to the red pandas over there. There's also that Basher Bridge. When we get to this clearing, you're going to see that big bridge up top. That bridge connects you from the left side, the gorillas, to the right side, the lions. But what you need to know, there's hills in every single direction. Well, if you want to escape cardio day here on vacation or staycation, ride the elevator in the base of that bridge up to the very top. You don't have to walk up any hills today. Now, those of us on staycation, we know La Jolla has the leopard sharks. Don't want to go to La Jolla? I don't blame you. There's traffic. You know what? Go see the leopard sharks here at the San Diego Zoo. They're swimming around with penguins. Yeah, sharks and penguins in the same place. Not in the Stanley Cup, but here at the San Diego Zoo. Now, there's nothing to worry about, though. Those sharks eat the same food as the penguins, little tiny fish. Now, these are the South African penguins, so they do not like the snow. Oh, no, no, these penguins love the warm, hot in South Africa and cool, wet winters. No snow available. Same climate is back in South Africa. They call it Mediterranean climate. In fact, these penguins love it so much, they had their first chicks before quarantine called Doug and Barbara. That's what their names were. Little Doug and Barb, part of our breeding colony. Now, the reason we have a breeding colony at the San Diego Zoo is because they're a threatened species. Not too many of them left in the wild. Mainly because of pollution. Now, what can we do to help animals around the world, especially those ocean animals like penguins, turtles, dolphins, and seahorses? Well, let's simply pick up trash, especially at the beach. Now, if you're visiting San Diego, eat Mexican food, go to the beach, and enjoy the zoo. That's the 3 musts you must do in San Diego. So if you find yourself down in Imperial Beach later with a California burrito, when you're all done, take that aluminum foil, throw it in the trash. Maybe you're at Mission Beach with some street tacos. When you're all done, take that plate, throw it in the trash. Maybe you're up in Carlsbad and Seagull's got your Toasty Locos. Not again. Take that bag and throw it in the trash. If you don't know what Toasty Locos, street tacos, or California burritos are, write it down. Eat like a local while you're in town. They'll thank you later, I'm sure of it. Now on the left-hand side, the big waterfall back there is a nice saving grace. It's the Ladies Falls. You can walk behind it. It's shady, it's mixed. You can take wonderful family photos, relationship photos, even the good old selfie. I mean, are you really at the zoo if you don't post on the gram? Philosophical conversation. I don't know. Are you? Now, we are passing by the lemurs. You might learn that they like to move it. It's, in fact, false. They like to sleep and sleep. I definitely recommend you walking down After Rock. It's one of my favorite spots here at the San Diego Zoo. It's beautiful. Built back in 2017. It's one of the newer areas. And you get up close and personal with dwarf crocodiles, with leopards and baboons. So you can see them a little bit better than it looks like the bus path right now. Not too much out here for us. So we'll spend time with one last animal today. That is my personal spirit animal. The koalas. Yeah. Now, koalas sleep 20 to 22 hours a day. They might be your spirit animal now, too. If you find one awake, please take a picture. They spend their 2 to 4 hours awake eating eucalyptus. They're the only mammal that can eat that toxic plant. It makes them a little sleepy. They actually don't even need to drink water. There's enough water in that plant for them. But it makes them super sleepy. Now, all that eucalyptus, so let's see if we can find them up here. Now, I get it. Some people call them koala bears. They're cute, they're cuddly, they look like a Build-A-Bear. However, they're not actually bears. They are marsupials. Just like kangaroos. So just like kangaroos, they have pouches and babies named joeys. You can see a little bit of one of their heads right here passing by. We'll see some more on the other side of this little aviary. So now, koala joeys, they're born the size of a Jelly Belly jelly bean. That's the size of your pinky nail. They hang out in their mom's pouch for about 6 months. Then they crawl out on their mom's back for a couple of years. And then when they're well qualified, they're off on their own. Now since koalas sleep so much and they have pouches, I like to call them my little pouch potatoes. Now that is the last joke of the tour right there. You can all breathe easy. Whew, no more puns. Thank goodness. All right. Well, honestly, I just want to give you a big thank you for being here at the zoo today. I said it before, but we're a non-profit, so the money that you guys spend on food, drinks, souvenirs, poo-poo paper, tickets and memberships, all that money goes back and makes this place so special for the animals and for all of us as well, and the plants too. It also allows us to send researchers, educators, and veterinarians around the world to over 72 countries, 8 different conservation hubs, and to pay the bus driver. So thank you so much. Ooh. Now, of course, you can always be... Oh, thank you, thank you. You're stuck with me for like 1 more minute, but I appreciate it. Oh, I know you don't want the tour to end. You don't have to cry, but it has to end sometime. Now, of course, you can always be allies for animals. Make sure all wildlife thrives at home by doing little things like picking up trash and drinking shade-grown coffee. And if you are visiting San Diego as a local, I can say this one more time. Go to the beaches and eat some Mexican food. It's what we are known for. Now, as you're approaching the unloading dock, it's a great time to start gathering your belongings. I'll unload the bottom deck first, and I'll scurry upstairs and unload the top deck after that. What to do after the bus tour? Well, on the right-hand side, same direction as we're driving. Bathrooms, strollers, sky safari, aerial tram, and gorillas, all on the right. So again, bathroom and strollers on the right. On the left, where we just came from, giraffes, cheetahs, bears, koalas, which we just learned aren't actually bears, and elephants, all on the left-hand side. Again, my name's Kevin with a K, and it was a blast to drive you around today. Thank you so much. If you have any questions about the zoo, animals, or Mexican food, I'll be hanging out outside the bus for a little bit of time. But honestly, I hope you all have a wonderful, wild rest of your day. And thank you for visiting us here at the world-famous... Oh, you know it. Wonderful. You're so welcome. Now, just like parking that Honda Civic at home,